welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, the actual play RPG podcast where the gaming table is always set for two. I'm your host, as always, Jeff Stormer, and this week on the show, I am joined by Caldwell Tanner for a game of Project ECCO. You know Caldwell as one of the players on Not Another D&D podcast, as one of the creators of the popular YouTube channel Drawfee, and currently as the designer of the video game Drawsters, which is in its final days on Kickstarter at the time of this episode release. Drawsters is a video game where you create horrible little guys, build your own personal custom collectible card game, and have those little creatures battle it out to the death. If you love Jackbox-style party games, the wonderful and weird lore and art of collectible card games, or just the act of drawing fucked up little guys and having them do battle with your friends, it seems like a game you might really enjoy. It's in its final days on Kickstarter. It's already blown past its funding goal. You can find more information about Drawsters, as well as all of Caldwell's other projects, in the show notes. We sat down today to play Project ECCO, a game that is very close to my heart, a game that you heard us play 99 episodes ago at the 400th episode of Party of One. It is a time travel game played with an actual real-life planner or calendar. You play a time-traveling agent chasing a timeline-consuming monster, hopping from date to date, hoping at the behest of your mysterious time agency to save the world, to save all worlds, and to save time as we know it. It is cool and weird and funny and experimental and all of the things that I love in a game. Really, perfectly spoke to, what Caldwell and I really are excited about in games, and I think the game we ended up playing was truly something special. You can find more information about Project ECCO by going to moreblueberries.itch.io or check the show notes for more information. You can also check the show notes for a link to the Project ECCO podcast by Many-Sided Media. It has been an ongoing thing throughout the year that I think is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen in actual play. It is a year-long playthrough of Project ECCO, played in order and then released out of order, or rather, released in chronological order, regardless of how it was played, from the time traveler's perspective, which means that episodes have been coming out all through 2026 on random dates, with a narrative that is out of order, and you are experiencing all of the twists and turns of a time travel story and trying to piece together the narrative threads as they go. It's the sickest shit in the world. This is just an ad for a thing I think is really cool. You can also find a link to that in the show notes. Real quick before we dive in, one quick note, which is that we are taking a few weeks off of new releases of the show. We'll be dropping some best ofs and or Go Birds recordings. I haven't quite figured out what we're going to drop yet, but there will be regular releases on Sunday. They just won't be new episodes. We'll be back the Sunday after Labor Day. The reason that I want to take a couple weeks off, especially coming off of a hiatus, is if you look at that number at the top of the episode title, there's a big one next on the list, and I want to take a couple weeks and figure out exactly what that's going to look like. So I'm going to take the next 2 weeks, put something together that is very special and a big celebration, because 500 episodes, what the fuck? And with all that said, let's go ahead and throw it over to me in the past so that he can get started with the show. Take it past me. Thanks, future me. The word I'm going to use today is stoked. Stoked is the word. I have been looking forward to this recording all day. I'm sitting down with Caldwell Tanner. Caldwell, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hello. I'm equally stoked. I would say I'm sympathetically stoked to be here, if that makes sense.
It does. I understand exactly what you're going from, and it means a lot to hear that. So, before we get into the game that we are playing, which I know that we've both been looking over and we've both been talking about, the weirdness of the play experience that we're both very excited about.
Yes.
Why don't you take a moment to let our lovely listeners at home know about what you got going on that you might want them to know about?
Ooh, gladly. I'm flush with things. I've got NADDPOD, of course, NADDPOD.com. That is not another D&D podcast. It is a actual play show I do with some of my friends. I'm also doing a little all ages actual play show these days called Fantastic Castle. And most recently, I just launched a Kickstarter with my friends from the Drawfee channel for Drawsters, which is a draw-your-own monster card battling game. It's a party game that you can back right now on our Kickstarter. So go check it out. Just search for Drawsters on Kickstarter. And that is all I have to plug. I hope that, I don't know how many plug slots you get on a game like this, or when they replenish. If I need to do a social scene before I can
that's a good point.
Plugs.
Good point. I appreciate your being willing to play by the rules. That is the level of on the table that we're bringing to you, the listener, really. I have to tell you, I grabbed my table I grabbed hearing the pitch, I grabbed my desk.
Yeah?
Sometimes you hear a pitch that you just go like, look, I gotta hold on to something.
It's fun as hell. Really, people should go check it out. It's super fun to play, and I cannot wait for people to get it in their hands. Drawsters, it rocks. It feels like, when you do a project that does feel like just a distillation of everything you've been working on and noodling on for a long time, and it's just like, oh, there it is. There's just a little like crystalline pearl of my existence over the past 20 years or so. That's what Drawsters feels like. So I'm really excited for people to check it out.
I do know that feeling very well. Side note to the listener, Batman Bump in the Night is a Batman fan fiction actual play podcast that you can find at the MP Comics feed. Sometimes you do have a project that you go like, this is my everything, and this is the culmination. And hearing the pitch of Drawsters, like all of the things, like, as somebody that has followed your work for a long time, and as somebody that is a fan of your work, like truly, that comes across to me as the listener, is the going like, yeah, you fucking nailed it. Like you've boiled it down into a fine reduction, honestly.
Oh yeah. This leather is soft as hell.
It's incredible. What a pitch. And speaking of great pitches, I am thrilled for the game that we are playing today. A follow-up to the most ambitious and weird Party of One episode that we've ever done. We are playing a game called Project ECCO. It is a game about, pursuing a creature across time and space. It is a time travel game played with an actual year planner. I have open in front of me, optimized for maximum chaos, which is to say every single calendar that I could have selected in my calendar app has been switched on. I have an actual 1 year calendar in front of me for us to like flip through.
Wow.
Just to kind of see where we land with things.
We got holidays. We've got work events. We've got personal events.
I have 3 different personal calendars plus my Da Movies calendar, which I keep updated with my wife for just like Philly Film Society screenings that we want to go see. So like I got all of the things are on here. Everything is color coded. I am staring at just like what I can only describe as sort of a kaleidoscope of chaos and stress and joy, and all of the emotional things are here that I'm really, really excited to play around with.
I'm busting out on hives already. I can't wait.
I'm stoked. Let me ask you this. I pitched you a few different games. What is it about this game that you are particularly excited about?
I think, well, I've never played a journaling game before, so that appealed to me a little bit. Also, you pitched it as just kind of like time travel chaos, and that seemed really fun. Yeah, I think it was just like, also, I just read How to Lose the Time War.
Oh, sure.
So I've certainly been in the mindset and mind space of time travel, but, like time travel less as like we're going to solve the timeline, and more as we're telling a story using time travel as sort of a background element that allows for shenanigans and insanity.
I have been feeling a specific pull that I think is either alternately deeply cursed or that I'm deeply excited about. And frankly, sometimes both at once, which is to say that like, I'm feeling the pull to start modern day Doctor Who over again.
Oof.
It's
always there.
That's the correct noise, to be fair.
Jeff, the urge is always there. You have to bury it. I mean, you will, it won't work forever. Eventually you will have to restart it.
It will win. But like I've been feeling there's just something in the air. I don't know if it's that the latest Russell T Davies series that I did not watch has ended sort of ingloriously.
Yeah.
And like in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe that's the cue. Maybe I start back at 2000. Maybe we relive 2005 and just see where this journey goes
maybe
again.
Goes differently this time. Who knows?
Who knows? That's kind of the whole point of the show. I know it won't, but like I have the hope. Which is to say, like, time travel stories are on my brain, and like the thing that I am really excited about, and the thing that I am really looking forward to is I love, and How You Lose the Time War is also a good example. I love a non-linear story.
Mm-hmm.
I love a time travel story that is out of order a little bit, that like, when you follow one person's perspective and then you see things start to double back on themselves, or like events out of order, it just is the most thrilling thing in the world.
Such a sucker for it. In medias res, in medias anywhere, honestly, I'm always having fun.
It hits really hard. I was just thinking about in terms of like inspiration points that are on my brain.
Winspiration, more like it, actually.
There you go. I was thinking about there's one particular episode of my favorite TV show of all time, The Venture Brothers.
Well, also
which is
a constant urge to rewatch. That's
God,
right up
it's
there. When I feel
always
like
there.
It's coming up for me as well. I feel like I'm due for a rewatch on that one too. So yes, I'm right there with you.
The season, is it season 4 or season 5 that
You're talking about
opens
Return
with
to the House of the Mummies.
Return to the House of the Mummies for sure, but also
another
the
one.
season. I'm going to say it's season 5 premiere where it's the right after Henchman 24 dies and they do the out of order episode.
Oh, is that the one where Hitler's a dog?
Yes, the Hitler dog episode. Wait, you guys are Nazis. That
I'm right there with you.
episode really, that's the one that in my head of like just jumbling stories up really gets me excited.
It's always fun.
So I will read us the intro to the game, and then we will create. I think what I would love to do is like create a shared character between the two of us, and then like as we set up prompts, we can kind of bounce ideas around and sort of like both simultaneously occupy the same character.
Amazing.
Agent, time marches on. Well, at least it used to. Text redacted. I won't beat around the bush. Time itself is in trouble. Our timeline is under attack. Time is being eaten by an entity that we've dubbed ECCO, the entity of chronological consumption and obfuscation. The entity has already consumed several years in its entirety. This is one of the only years left. We need you to track down ECCO, destroy it, and help us stabilize the timeline. Given the stakes of this mission, Time Protocol is temporarily up to your discretion. Do not abuse this privilege. With this letter, we have included some tools for your mission. You will find a watch, an agent field planner, and some error-appropriate currency. After this first jump, you'll be mostly on your own. We'll send what help we can. Good luck. Tempus Itineribus, Director Valentine, the agency. Text redacted. P.S. Don't forget your coin.
Ooh, I have my coin right here.
I also have a coin in front of me. I'm very excited. I've also got 1d6 for us to start out with and a second d6 if we need it. I have chosen my most treasured 6-sided dice. One of my two like dice and playing card decks are my two like collection things.
Oh, sure.
And I found a pair of dice in a box at MagFest one year. That is a pair of insane clown posse dice with a hatchet man at the 6.
Yup.
It's the most important thing in my world. They are my go-to. They are my go-to dice. If I don't have an immediate like I need the vibe to match this and I have the dice for it, these are the dice that I reach for.
It's beautiful. I have one sort of like red, creamy, swirly dice here, and then one sort of like black and neon lime green dice. And to me, they represent sort of like the past and the future.
Yeah, really good aesthetic vibes. I'm really excited about this. So the first thing we are going to do to create a character, we are going to decide we are Agent Blank. This is either our real world current date, a date of our choice. You know, it is a 4-digit number, MMDD. What's the first like important date that comes to mind in your head?
I guess I always go for birthday, right? But okay, let's see if we can do something even more clever than that. See, the reason why I like those time travel shows or shows that start out of order is because like I'm a dumbass and I'm not smart enough to be able to write something like that. So that's why I'm excited to play this game. On the same token, I don't know any dates, so let's just use my birthday, 0519.
We are Agent 0519. We work for the agency. We have for some time. We are highly trained. We have highly prepared for this exact sort of mission. We have no memory of a life before the agency. There is a coin in our pocket. It feels familiar when you run your fingers over it. This is your coin, your last defense against the instability of time travel. Do not lose it.
Okay.
Somewhere on the timeline, there is a package waiting for us. We know where it is, but it is hidden to all but those trained by the agency. And our goal is to track the entity, document its effects on time and space, and should we figure out how, save time itself.
Okay. I run the edge of the coin along my tongue, enjoying the sort of coppery nickel texture and flavor, hoping that it might awaken a former memory, but I get nothing.
I am like, I think like genuinely Jeff and Agent are doing this of also like holding it between two fingers and just rotating it and getting that kind of gyroscopic effect. It is mesmerizing is the word I would use. I'm stopping to do it because I'm getting distracted. Okay. We will now begin. We're going to begin hunting this thing.
Yeah, we gotta.
Begin by opening to the current real world day. So I will open, and I pull up my 2025 calendar. And I mentioned this to you before we started, that means that there's a bunch of work things on here that I do not remember the topic of, which I'm excited to unpack. I'm going to open to today's date 1 year ago.
Wow.
We're already time
traveling.
We've already time traveled. On this day, answer the first prompt. Okay. I see exactly the thing on my Wow, this day is actually almost completely empty. What a day that I must have had. What a beautiful day.
That sounds glorious.
I see the one thing on my calendar that is going to set up our sights and sounds.
Okay, great.
Where do we find our package from the agency?
Okay,
we are on the beach.
Okay.
Specifically, there are neon lights kind of in the distance. There is that sort of slightly yellow haze over everything.
Yeah.
And like, you know, this is not a nice hotel. It is not like a beachfront thing. This is specifically like an inland on a beach town, sort of slightly inland in a trashy motel. What details stick out to you as you visualize this space that we are occupying as we are finding a package?
Are there any nautical themings to the motel, or is it just bare bones? Like not even a single anchor or a buoy or maybe even like a plover.
Oh,
painting.
there are for sure bad, like very old life preservers.
Great.
The kind where like the rope, you can visibly see the mold that has seeped into the rope, hanging on the walls. The kind where like they're hanging nearest to the pool, but you're pretty confident if somebody actually tried to use them in the pool, it would not work.
Okay. Do you think that the package is in the room, or is it maybe like in the motel somewhere? Because I'm thinking we take one of these life preservers, and we go to the pool, and we reach our hand through the life preserver, and our hand disappears into some sort of other space, and then we pull it out. Our hand is dripping wet, but not with pool water, with some other sort of fluid, and in our hand is the package.
That's so good, is the thing. That's fantastic. Yeah, so we've got the package in hand. It's got our letter. It's got our coin. It's got the things that we need to fight this thing.
Right. Did we look at a vending machine, and we're not sure what snack we would want, and that troubles us.
That feels great. The other thing that I would add, this vending machine, all of the sodas in the soda machine are discontinued.
Oh.
But not from the same era. There's like a bottle of new
machine,
Coke.
This soda machine is almost like it's like a museum of time discrepancies, right? It's just displaying like all of the different like temporal variants of soda. You've got Dr. Pooper in there. You've got Cronka-Cola. You've got 8-Up. It's all over the place.
It's all wrong. There's also there's a new Coke. There's a Surge that's in there.
Diamond Pepsi.
Diamond Pepsi's right there. They're all just like waiting for us.
This is great.
And yeah, so we've arrived at our first destination. The package contains the following things: the letter that I read from A Director 0214, a standard issue agency time machine hour watch, the field planner, and enough currency to get around. We've answered the first prompt in our planner. Turn to the watch device on page 22.
Great.
So I'm going to flip to page 22. Here we go. That's what I got wrong. I was going off of PDF pages and not book pages.
Ooh.
The bane of my existence. So let's talk about our watch. It looks like a wristwatch. It's spinnable outer rim. No discernible way to tell time. Limited time travel capabilities, but good for a basic jump. I am going to roll a d6.
Great. Always a good sign.
We got Hatchet Man. We got a 6.
Hell yeah.
And
What do Insane Clown Posse folks say? What do Juggalos say? They say whoop whoop?
Whoop whoop.
Okay, they say whoop whoop. All right. That's the sound that the watch makes.
That's the sound the watch. Yes. Yep. It sure is. Okay, I'm going to ask you this.
Yes.
Based on our current date, you can add 6 to either the current month or day, add or subtract, and travel to the resulting new date. I will flip to that date on the calendar, and I will tell you what's on the calendar more broadly, and then we will dissect the results of the roll.
That's incredible. All right, very fun. I say we go month. Let's go big.
All right. So it is July at this exact moment, so we're gonna go backwards, which makes us 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. This brings us to January.
Mm-hmm. So Can I ask, by the way, is there a prompt for every day, or how does it work?
There is a prompt specifically for the results of the D6 roll. If we find other time travel devices, there are also separate prompts for those separate devices.
Okay, cool.
And then there are specific days that are also tied to specific prompts.
That's really
so
fun.
Like there's a list of dates of significance, which is on page 56, where if you arrive on any specific day, there are also specific things that happen. There are also dates periodically that we will find as we play. We will find those specific dates. There are also times where you will find dates where you have either already occupied or where a thing has happened to destroy a particular date, at which point you end up in the eternal static and you have to deal with the effects of that.
Oh no.
There's a lot of different, this game fucking rips. I love it so much. Okay. We are flipping to January.
Great.
I am opening my calendar. Okay. I see exactly. This is a space of relative calm. Things are relatively normal.
Great.
What is a place? I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
What is a place that feels familiar? Maybe we don't have a memory tied to it, but that feels comfortable, feels even homey. What is a space that feels natural to our agent?
Natural to our agent. A vast grassy hill surrounded on all sides by high kudzu walls.
Oh, I really like that. We arrive and you can feel the grass beneath your feet. Like the smell of grass trimmings is in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The walls are tall and absolutely covered in kudzu. And while we're standing there, 2 timelines split our vision.
What?
And we reach for our coin.
Okay.
Can you flip the coin?
I can. I'm so bad at flipping coins. It's going to go off the table.
It's been a thing I've been practicing. I've been trying to practice it for years, and I have not gotten better.
Let me see here. Okay. Oh, actually, I got it. All right. I'm looking at my coin now. It's a Maine coin, which is interesting. And I have got tails. There's a little lighthouse on there, which feels appropriate for the beach setting we were at.
What a good first result in the game. Because there in front of us is the entity.
What?
I'm going to flip to page 64.
Okay.
Entity encounters.
I unload my time gun into it. I fire so many regional variants of bullets.
There's an itch in your mind, a comfort at the edge of your most horrifying impulses. Nothing and everything, a beast, a god, a demon of cosmic apathetic hunger. Give me a D6 roll.
Oh, gladly. I'm rolling my future dice for this one. Oh, that's another 6. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. In a moment of comfort, you realize you have been lulled into an illusion, restrained you awake, embroiled in the mass of the entity. What sight, sounds, and sensations does it use to toy with you before casting you back in time?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is that a prompt?
That is the prompt.
What sights, sounds, and what was the last thing?
Sensations does it use to toy with you before casting you back in time?
Oh, I think it knows more about us than we know about ourselves, right?
That's really good.
Yeah?
Really good.
So it's it's teasing us with small things, just dangling like little trivial knowledge about ourselves. Like, I think we do learn that we love Diamond Pepsi in this moment. I think we learn like small things about ourselves, and then those are taken away. We get like a glimpse of something bigger. Maybe a hand reaching through the kudzu, leading us somewhere, but we don't know why and we don't know where, and we'll never find out because this entity is toying with us.
Really good. Really, really good. And like we have these glimpses and then suddenly like we are thrown back through time. Like suddenly, like before we have a chance to kind of get our feet under us, we are cast out into the time space. And we will. Would you like to add 3 to the day or to the month?
Let's do the day this time.
Okay. Great. Hold on. So we are here.
That's gonna put us in February, right?
This puts us February 1st.
Wow.
February 1st. This is a Saturday. And I think like what has been. Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Oh my.
February 1st, 2025 would have been. I can tell you exactly.
Walk me back.
I'm laughing really. Oh my god. This is a contact high flashback because I've just now. I was like, there's nothing on the calendar page, but the memory of like exactly what that date would have been has flashed into my head. There is an excitement in the air and a terror in the air.
Oh,
there is a feeling of the feeling like the bomb is about to drop or like everything in your world is about to fulfill in an instant. And I'm going to ask you to like describe where we are and what evokes that feeling. And the reasoning, as I unpack my calendar, the Sunday prior, the Philadelphia Eagles had won the NFC National Championship.
There you go. Okay.
It is the week in between the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl, which means that it is the week where everybody in Philadelphia is going, oh my God, are they going to fuck this up in a week? Oh my God, they're going to fuck this up in a week. Oh my God, I have hope. I have real honest hope that we might win the Super Bowl. Fuck. Okay. So like there is a feeling in the air and like there is an excitement. We are swimming through this sort of like excitement and energy and like tension and like hope, but a hope that makes you feel bad. Where are we? What is evoking this feeling for us in the space that we occupy?
Okay, we're clearly we have to sabotage the next game, right? So out of the story, did the Eagles go to the Super Bowl that year? I do not remember.
They went to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah.
And this was the week in between the championship, and they won in a way that blew out the Kansas City Chiefs in a way that no one has ever been blown out of the Super Bowl before.
Okay, great.
It was 44-6, 42-6 at one point. It was brutal.
That's right. Okay, I'm remembering this now. Yeah. So we can't. If Travis Kelce wins this Super Bowl, his ego gets too big. He gets like Netflix deals. His podcast becomes like the biggest thing across all media. He runs for political office. This is the darkest timeline. We need to put him in this place.
This is Terminator shit.
Yeah, the man has too much, and he cannot win this Super Bowl because that will inflate his ego beyond what it's already at. And so we have to take him down. And I think that is our mission. We're realizing this now. We're realizing that like the entity has a stake in this, and we have to make sure that the Chiefs lose this game.
The entity really wants the Eagles to win. And honestly, maybe I think I side with the entity here.
Shit, the entity is making some really good points. The entity like, has knowledge of our past and like is a huge Eagles fan. So it's really, it's not looking good for the agency.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like that, you know, I'm feeling a loyalty here. I got to admit.
I'm just picturing like an unknowable cosmic entity, but it is wearing a tiny little green Eagles hat.
It really speaks to me.
Go Birds.
Okay. Go Birds, entity. You and me, man, we're ride or die. There lies a victim here, surrounded by loved ones. What about them has been changed or taken or controlled? Like, what are we confronting here as something has been altered or taken or controlled or what are we and how are we interacting with that?
It's Travis Kelce's brother.
Jason Kelce.
It's Jason.
My, Philly's uncle.
And we've put the fear of God into him. And we have like communicated a message to him. I think we put an encrypted message into Jason Kelce that he will take to Travis Kelce that will sort of Manchurian style activate inhibitors in Travis Kelce's performance.
Brilliant. Incredible. I'm so happy about this. And like, I think there is a moment, incredibly funny, but also there is a moment here that makes me go like, oh, this is really interesting, which is like, I think even our agent has a moment of going like, but this is the thing that happened. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like there's a moment here. I think like there's a comedy and a terror of realizing like, when I look back over the year of 2025, like that's what already occurred.
Right.
How deep are the tendrils of this entity on the timeline that it has already embedded itself in, that like we are not altering history, but ensuring that history happens as we remember it.
Right.
Which means that the entity, if it put us here to do this, has already enacted more control over the timeline than we were initially aware of.
Did we always like Diamond Pepsi, or is it convenient for the entity that we like Diamond Pepsi so that Diamond Pepsi's stocks can go up and they can maintain their cultural share and harvest the necessary minerals and crops they need to continue making Diamond Pepsi and continuing their economic and climate and economic and continuing their economic and environmental impact upon the world that is necessary for the entity to thrive.
Really good, really good. I think there's that sort of slight unnerving really does hit in a very big way. I have rolled a dice. I've made a change to our calendar. We have skipped ahead to our next location, and I need to check something. Oh boy, yes, great, good. Without really thinking, I rolled a 2.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm going to update the month. I'm going to throw us ahead. And I did not fully think about the date that we were on until I looked at the date on the calendar and went, oh no, this is a date of historical significance. And we have an additional thing, which I have now read and I will present to us after I set up the prompt.
Okay.
The prompt that I have here, I've got the watch. There is a convergence. A time anomaly has caused 2 areas to merge in a collage of disparate activity.
Ooh.
Who do you meet here, and what 2 conflicting things do you see about them?
Whoa. Okay.
So I'm looking at my calendar on this day.
Yes.
And the thing that stands out to me is on my The Movies calendar. We went to a movie this day. And so I'm thinking about the movie that we watched, which was really fantastic. We are in.
It's April Fool's Day.
It is April Fool's Day. There's an April Fool's Day event that will occur to us. And we are in like 80s Los Angeles.
Okay.
Neon lights. There's a neon lights all through the air. Like, there's 80s hip hop blaring on the speakers. Like, we are in the city. It is the height of the 80s. And like we are surrounded by people. Who are we encountering, and like what else do you want to add to this space and this scene as we are walking around?
Okay. Well, if it's 80s Los Angeles, okay. I think I'm trying to think of like what our star sighting would be, like what celebrity we could possibly bump into. I think like Jack Nicholson. He seems like he's just like always, he's up on the strip, he's hanging out on the strip.
Jack Nicholson having just released his magnum opus, which is of course The Two Jakes, the sequel to Chinatown.
Great. All right. So he's there. He's at the premiere of The Two Jakes. The Two Jakes, is that the name of a real film?
The Two Jakes is a real movie and a real sequel to Chinatown.
I've never seen a faker poster in my life.
It's right. Legitimately, I'm thrilled that I get to show you this in real time.
Holy shit, Jeff. This is like, so if you look at this poster, the one I'm looking at, it's like a painting of Jack Nicholson. And he's like smoking a cigarette and looking at you, the viewer, in a way that says like, yeah, fucking right, this is a real movie. You believe this? How gullible are you that you thought this was a real movie? The two Jakes.
Directed and starring Jack Nicholson.
So, I mean, we have our answer, right? Is there are two Jakes. That's the anomaly. That's the convergence.
Phenomenal. And actually I can tie that answer into our into our special holiday prompt.
Oh, great.
Because the difference between them is that Jake, it's very rare that we have an agent that we know their first name. And Jake, Agent 0401, has retained his name, which I think is significant. Perhaps even more significant is that one of the Agent 0401s in front of us is dead. And I'm going to ask you to describe how, like, what the corpse looks like and what that might tell us about the entity. But Jake is simultaneously standing over his own corpse.
Right, sure.
And like when we find him, like to have our rendezvous, there is like a corpse here of Agent 0401 standing over a very alive Agent 0401. And there's the definite moment of, so this can't be good, right?
Yeah, I think we catch the living Jake red-handed as he's reaching into the other Jake's pocket to retrieve some sort of device or dossier. And I think he's done the deed with a hatchet, Insane Clown Posse style. So he's got like a bloody hatchet in one hand, and he has absolutely chopped up the deceased Jake. And he's like reaching into the pocket. And I think he like looks up at us and just kind of does that Jack Nicholson grin and says, "It is what it is, bud."
I think like we're hovering there and we're just kind of standing, and like, I think the question escapes our lips almost of like, is this a you thing or an entity thing? Because if this is a you thing, like, go with whatever. Is it self-harm if you kill yourself in time travel? Like, how? Either way, you do whatever you need to do if it's a you thing. But if it's an entity thing, I do need to note it from my records.
I think this Jake, he pulls out a handkerchief from the dead body's pocket and wipes off the axe and says, It showed me what I was missing. It can show you too."
Oh, I hate that. I really, really hate that.
And then I think it hands us the axe.
Yeah, so we're standing with this axe. I think sirens, that's when we get it's such a good iconic, like, end of the movie shot, but also like we're about to sneak off into time. So like, it's not the end of our story, but this is such a good like shot of like, we've got the axe. We've just been told this. That's when the red and the blue hit our face.
Yeah.
And you see the flashing lights outside, and it's a like, I gotta go, but
right. I think we see the flashing lights, and we like are momentarily distracted, and we look back, and Jake Prime is gone.
Mm-hmm. Really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
And we're hovering there. We grab the watch. Give me a D6 roll.
Okay. Ooh, it's a little cocked, but I think it's a 3.
Okay. Do you want to add to the day or the month?
I want to go back 3 days to see if we can't try and catch this Jake before he murders the other Jake.
That's really good is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's just maybe we can catch this Jake dealing with the entity. Maybe we can like overhear that conversation. We got to know more about what's going on with these two Jakes.
Gotta know more. And you said that was a 3 or a 2?
That was a 3.
So 3 is the same prompt if there's a victim surrounded by loved ones. But I think that's exactly what we find is we go back 3 days in the same spot, in the same room. I think that we go back. I think how I want to set that up is exactly what you're saying. Like we have traveled back. We now are in the room with the axe 3 days earlier as Agent 0401, as opposed to Jake, is like standing here waiting for an appointment that like is going to end in his death. Like we've pushed back just far enough where like we've caught Agent 0401 waiting for the meeting that will be Jake with an axe.
Is it possible that this Jake has also killed a previous incarnation of another Jake, and this is some sort of like chain reaction that's happening where Jakes are killing Jakes or killing Jakes?
Really, really good. This Jake is holding a smoking revolver.
Yeah.
And another Jake is sprawled out, and there's a moment of like, oh, come on.
And this is, I think we're seeing that we're caught up in the entity's sick game a little bit.
Yeah.
Because these Jakes don't know that they're killing the other Jakes.
Oh, really, really good. I'm going to throw in just a massive wrench.
Go for it.
And I'm kind of want to know like what you think happens as a result. I think that Agent 0401 points a gun at us and we take this Jake out with an axe.
Oh, and that's gonna fuck things up, because I think that this Jake needed to be killed by future Jake, and by the fact that we are taking them out with our axe that we got from future Jake. There's no way this is good. There's no way that the repercussions of this are healthy for the timeline.
Oh, feels really good. Mm-hmm. I am going to make a claim here, and I am going to physically put an event on my calendar from a year ago, which I guess I still have the ability to do, but sure. And I am just marking this event as
Jakeception.
Removed from timeline Jakeception.
Right.
There is a rule in the game periodically that dates can be erased, that you can that like if you come back here and we happen to land back on this date, we end up in the void. This date has been erased. We have caused a paradox to a degree that this date is fading into static. So like we make an emergency leap. I'm gonna roll the dice here. Okay.
The Jake chain was potentially like a pillar of the universe. Like, this sort of constant murder ballet needed to happen for all of time, and the fact that we've interrupted it the repercussions will be immense.
Really good. What
we got?
What do we got? We have skipped ahead 6 months.
Oof. Okay.
And
whoop.
We are here. Interesting. Okay, I know exactly the question that I want to ask you to set the stage.
Perfect.
Because I'm looking at my calendar, and a thing that would typically be on my calendar at a specific moment is not here.
Oh.
Namely, peeling back the curtain, there's like you made a joke about it before as we were kind of riffing on like calendars before recording, but like my day job's actual all hands weekly meeting is not on my calendar on this particular week, and I fully don't remember why.
Whoa.
Which means that like I think the question I want to ask you, what we arrive somewhere.
Yes.
Where something that we thought would be here is markedly absent.
Okay, great. My first thought is Statue of Liberty is missing or different, but that feels like too, I don't know, we're playing in the sort of like time travel sci-fi tropes. You got to go big. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe, okay. Yeah, Statue of Liberty is different somehow, but I'm trying to figure out how it's different. Does that apply? Does that fit in with the?
That feels great. That feels so good.
Great.
I really like. Here's how it's different.
Yeah,
and I think it's just different enough where it's confusing. It is.
It's Goku. Sorry, go on.
No. Sometimes you hear a thing and like there's a really specific vocal stem that has lived rent free in my head that sometimes I get so stammered that I fully switch into Seymour Skinner in Steamed Hams when he goes, well, one thing I should excuse me. I was going to say it is not green, it's bronze. Like the bronze coating has never faded. For however whatever implications there are in the world, when we look at the Statue of Liberty, it is as bronze as it has ever been.
Wow.
It is the gigantic golden statue from the fucking Lord of the Rings on the waterfall. Like it is pure, like gleaming bronze.
And fresh as the day it was delivered.
Fresh as the day it was delivered. It is, and it is shining. The sun is gleaming off of it.
Birds are running into it all the time because they can't see. The glare is too great.
It is crazy how like brand new it looks. Is there any, like, with that in mind, with that detail in mind, as we look around, is there anything else? Is there anything else that you see that is different in the space around us? When you first see that, like, what else do you look around and what other differences stand out to you?
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sky bridges.
Sure.
Sky bridges everywhere. Like this, and no skyscrapers, just like tall sort of space elevators, just like lots and lots of them just going up and up and up.
Oh, yeah, you can't see where they end up. They pierce the cloud line and then they're gone.
Yeah.
And they're all, the elevator itself is bronze.
Yeah.
But they're all like thick, almost bulletproof, like Pope Mobile style glass tubing.
Ooh.
With this like metallic elevator inside that is just lifting up into the sky.
Yeah, and I think it's sort of like, so I think there are skyscrapers, and it's almost like you see them like telescoping out. Like some of them are extended already, and then like you see like more kind of like extending up. So there's almost this like weird sort of like extending and retracting thing going on. And then once they're fully extended, the little like glass elevator tubes, Wonka style, go up into space.
Love it. Flip us our coin as timelines split our vision. I think like we see our New York overlaid, like overlaid at like a 50% transparency over this like fantastical bronze New York.
Yeah.
As we have an encounter either with the entity or the agency.
Ooh, okay. Heads.
Heads, we are having an agency encounter.
Interesting. All right.
Let me flip ahead. Agency headquarters. A door, a window, an entire building appears. You know it is the agency and you must enter and check in. Roll me a d6.
Alrighty. 3 again.
3. The agency front desk greets you. You are told to have a seat. Hours roll by before you get frustrated enough to walk back out the way you came. What hangs in the lobby that discomforts you?
Whoa.
Good prompt.
Yeah, that is a great one. I think that in the lobby there is a redwood tree, and it is being tended by like several agency attendants. Like they're on ladders. They're like doing that thing, where they'll kind of hike themselves up a tree with like a band. I think there's like they're kind of sort of like pruning the tree almost, but it is like a full-sized redwood.
There are also people rappelling down the tree. Yeah. Like they've got they've tied it, and then they're like they're what's it called when you do the like jump off of the tree, jump step by step? They're doing that move.
They're belaying? Is that what that's called?
Belaying. That's it. Yes. They're belaying down the tree like a little bit at a time and like tending to little bits as they belay. This tree wasn't here the last time we visited the agency. How long has it been since we've set foot in the agency?
Wow. I think it's really hard for us to have any sort of foothold within our personal calendar, just because we jump around so much. But I think agency check-ins we pay special attention to. So I think it's probably been 2 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe longer. Maybe 2 months. Yeah, that feels better.
That feels good. I like 2 months feels good. That feels like recent, like frequent enough that it feels like it's a significant thing, but not frequent, not frequent enough that like it's routine.
Yeah, I think it's like we've been on assignment for a long time. Maybe we're supposed to check in more, but like because we've been in the field so long, we've like missed our normal all hands meetings.
All right. Would you like to roll a d6 and take us to a different spot on the calendar?
Oh my gosh, gladly. Oh, a 1. Does that mean anything?
That means we're moving ahead either 1 day or 1 month.
Ooh, okay. Let's do one day. I want to see I want to see what happens if we move ahead one day to this tree. If it's the same or if something is different.
We move ahead one day in the agency headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at my calendar. And I have the next day we moved to. One day later, I had a Party of One recording.
Oh.
And I'm flashing. The visuals of that game that we played are flashed into my head. And, you know, we set the watch. We skip ahead 24 hours. The tree has expanded, punctured through like a wall, and like half of the agency has collapsed. It is unclear if this is the only agency headquarters. It is unclear if they knew that this was going to happen and they were like getting it ready.
Mm-hmm.
But it has, quadrupled in size overnight.
Whoa.
And now we are staring at like this, mountain of a tree that is jutting through several skyscrapers, like at a 45-degree angle and reaching into the sky.
Oh, do you think it's like it goes up a bit and then just goes sideways and then continues up or something like that? There's almost like
yes, for
like
sure,
a zigzag
100%.
to it.
Yes, 100%.
That's awesome.
That rips. There are people disturbed by your arrival. Their whispers and glances make the hairs on your neck stand up. Reach for your coin. I'm going to flip our coin here.
Yeah, do it. Did we do this? Did we fuck up the tree?
We might have. How do you convince them you can be trusted?
We definitely fucked up the tree.
We fucked up the tree for sure. We were not supposed to use the watch in the confines of the agency headquarters. And the second that we did that, shit went real sideways real fast.
I think we look at them and say, guess I missed Arbor Day. And see how that lands. And then we take off running.
For one of the, there's 4 agents with guns pointed at us, and one of them does laugh, and it does cause them to fall behind. The others give chase, and we run like hell, flipping the watch as we run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to skip us 3 months backwards.
Great.
I'll skip us 3 months backwards. Oh, hell yes. Yes. Good. I'm just now looking at what this day is. That was a good decision because this is a great thing to throw into the mix.
Oh.
We're running, the watch is ticking. Time is as we run, it is that fast motion effect where we're running at regular speed and, you're watching sunsets rattle in the background.
Oh, yeah.
And we arrive in a new point in time. Specifically, the detail that I am throwing in, I'm going to throw you 2 options.
Great.
Is there some kind of gigantic, superhuman fight happening at our location?
Ooh.
Or is there a colossal work project unfolding? Like a public works common good work project that we are running headlong into.
Ooh, okay. Huh. Yeah, but I think that I want to combine them because I like these a lot. I feel like the public work project is somehow they're just building a Gundam in Times Square.
That's really good, honestly. Yeah, all of Times Square is it is the shot of in every Gundam anime of the thing half built where it's covered in ropes and tarps.
Yeah.
And its head is just jutting out and we see the big giant Gundam head. And we are still ducking and rolling and jumping over, gigantic cases of armor plating and things.
Yeah, there's a lot of signs and propaganda that just say for all of us.
Really, really good. And let me double check. don't think we have anything funky on this day, but it's always worth a check.
You see more signs that say the tree won't win. We will fight back.
Win. Really, really good. Okay. Yeah. So we're running like hell. And we rolled a 3, so we are back with, I believe, another victim changed by the events. We run headlong. Something has been changed here by the entity, and we run headlong into it.
Ooh.
Whether we were supposed to be here, whether we've stumbled onto it, the entity has enacted something, has changed something or someone, and we have the opportunity to stop that. What does that look like?
We have the opportunity to stop it. Interesting. Okay, the entity has changed something or someone. I want to carry through the entity's sort of obsession with American football and sports.
Really funny.
So maybe I'm wondering if maybe what the entity has changed is that it's not just a Super Bowl anymore. It's like the World Cup and the Super Bowl have merged into some sort of. There's more sports events, and I feel like the Super Bowl has become the Ultima Bowl or something like that.
Really good. Really good.
It's expanded in a way, and I feel like maybe the entity has changed it. So it's I'm thinking through this as I talk, but the Eagles have they've extended beyond just the Super Bowl, and now I think they are playing in the Ultima Bowl. And I think that this is the global stage, and I do think that maybe there is sort of a ring of. I think every nation has built their own football island, and this is where these games are played.
Really, really very good. I think that the thing that a thing that I think about a lot.
Yeah.
And this will come up again on Party of One as well as other things. There's an incredible documentary about it. And I think building on that pitch, a thing I want to throw in is the day of the O.J. Simpson car chase.
Yeah.
There's a great 30 for 30 documentary about it.
Ooh.
June 17th, 1994 is the name of the documentary. And it is about the insane things that happened on that day.
Oh, I love it. These things come in threes minimum. There's always exactly.
On the same day as the O.J. Simpson car chase, Arnold Palmer played his final round at the 1994 U.S. Open.
God damn.
The U.S. the U.S. hosted its first ever World Cup in 1994. The New York Rangers had their ticker tape parade for winning the Stanley Cup final. Game 5 of the NBA Finals happened between the Rockets and the Knicks, and Ken Griffey Jr. tied Babe Ruth's record for the most runs ever in MLB history.
Big day.
All of this is on the same day. And I think what is happening is, for whatever reason, this entity is just it is sports as culture, as maximal noise, as maximalist noise. You mentioned it. It's no longer the Super Bowl is one game, it's the Super Bowl for a month. Suddenly sports and all of these things, and it goes beyond sports. I think there is we are on we see elsewhere in New York as we are running through Times Square that there is a clock thing that says we are on day 3 of Hamilton on Broadway, and it's well, that doesn't feel like it should be 3 days long. And it's just all of this pop culture is escalating larger and larger, and becoming more and more and bigger and louder. For whatever reason, this entity is just cranking up the volume on all things in everyone's life all the time.
Well, I mean, the answer to that question is how do you escape from a highway chase against the police? You create a pileup.
Mm-hmm.
The entity is trying to create some sort of massive cultural distraction so that it can get away with something else. This sort of psychic flush of all these people focusing on this one event for so long, and like just the cheering and the passion, I think it is sort of kind of creating like a psychic disturbance almost that is allowing the entity to pursue some other goal. And the Eagles are playing in a giant blimp that is also a stadium.
Yeah, for sure. That's so fucking good is the thing. God, I love games. I really love games is the thing. Yeah, we are running. We are being chased by agents. They get lost up in the parade. We get swept up. We are hiding inside of a Gundam cockpit.
Okay.
Give me a D6 roll.
Okay. Oh, okay. 2.
Do you want to move ahead 2 days or 2 months?
We have to do 2 months so that the Gundam will be ready.
That's true. Oh, that's really smart. Really smart.
Because how else are we going to be able to reach the Eagle 1, which is the name of the flying stadium?
Oh, really good. I'm looking at my calendar. Excellent. Excellent. In fact, let me look and confirm. I might fudge our dates ever so slightly if there's something on the calendar that is fun and funky. Okay, yes. I am going to because of the weekend this falls on, I'm going to invoke one of these dates of historical significance.
Oh, okay.
What was the number that you rolled again?
2.
Okay. So the prompt that we have is a convergence. 2 areas have merged together in a collage of disparate activity. What do you meet here, and what 2 conflicting things do you see about them? Your answer must include one of the following words or concepts. Work, tirelessness, or organizing. Because this is Labor Day weekend.
Oh, okay. Work, tirelessness, or organizing? Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay, and 2 places have merged together is what we're getting at here.
Yes.
All right, okay. Yeah. Okay. I think it's just... go with me on this. I feel like the coasts of the United States they either merge together, so there's just like the middle is just gone, or it's sort of like they swapped.
Swapping is really funny. Is the I think merging. There's an element to merging that is crazy.
Yeah.
Because of the idea that like there is simply 2 giant coasts, and they run directly parallel like train tracks.
And there's nothing. I think that like everything that was in the middle has been like truncated. It's just been like shrunken down. It's all still there, I guess, but it's like now I guess like every state is just like a smaller sliver. Like Texas has just been like shrunk into the size of like Maine or something like that.
Here's this game rips.
Yeah, this is fun.
And the visuals are really popping.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you said shrunk, my brain truly went, huge chunks of America are now an inch tall. We have hit Gulliver's Travels ass, Lilliputian.
Yeah.
You know.
This would explain the organizing, because it's sort of like, there's this inherent divide between big America and little America now.
Really good. Really, really, really good.
Those coastal elites, they're so tall. So now you just have like all of these really tiny little cowboys roaming around in micro Texas.
Sometimes you get to a word that just feels good. It just feels right. Micro Texas really hits. I think that like the thing that we face here, is we jumped ahead 2 months to try and take control of the Gundam because we were certain that we could use the Gundam to like corner the entity and go to battle.
Yeah.
When we emerge, the change in the change in size, the Gundam has been sabotaged. And what it looks like is termites having eaten through wood. There is rust, and there are worn holes as what can only be described as a micro-Texan super army has waged war on the Gundam and so it looks eroded. There are puncture marks and things as they have just leveled. They have leveled every weapon that they have and like bore holes in the side of this Gundam.
Is it Ant-Man rules where like the smaller they get, the more powerful they are?
I am trying to decide.
Because
both options are really good.
We got to decide this. We can't just let this. We can't let this hang. We can't let this simmer.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason why, because I think they weren't able to like fully demolish the Gundam.
Okay.
What they were able to do is like imagine a cloud of mosquitoes or locusts or like imagine a jacket that has been left in the closet too long. It's got this Gundam has the equivalent of moth holes in it. Is the best way to describe it. Like it has been rendered non-functional only because it has been riddled with like moth holes and like tears and frayed edges.
Right, yeah. Micro-Texan invasion. They are more powerful. They've organized. It is a full-on uprising, and the nation will not survive it, I don't think. I fear.
So we've got to go back. We've got to go back and undo this so that we can stop this from collapsing everything and possibly save our Gundam to use against the entity.
Right. The Gundam will play in. And since it's an American Gundam, it probably is a football Gundam.
We get to evoke something here that I'm so excited about.
Great.
Based on the dice roll that I just did. I have to actually flip to a specific page in the rules. Because of a thing that has occurred.
Things are always occurring in this game.
It feels great.
It's an onslaught of occurrences.
Okay, cool. The prompt is still a 2. The prompt is we have arrived back as 2 areas have merged together. How I think I want to spin that prompt is we have arrived moments before whatever act occurred.
Yes.
To undo the shrinkification of the United States.
Oh, okay.
We have arrived. We know that it's going to happen. We have traveled back to stop it. The date that we have traveled back to based on the roll that I made and the decision I made as I was rolling the dice, we find ourselves standing directly in front of ourselves, standing in front of a Gundam head.
Oh.
I rolled a 2 and was like, let's go back 2 months. Wait, nope, that's exactly where we just found ourselves.
Okay, interesting. So wait, you're saying that it happened like right after we jumped?
Moments after we jumped is it from the best we've been able to gather.
Okay. To me, do you think this is like unrelated to us? Is this sort of like they were testing some sort of quantum travel or maybe like some sort of space folding technology and it just like shrunk the middle? Like we were trying to, essentially travel space by like folding gaps, but we accidentally folded like the Midwest.
That's so good, and I want to pitch you exactly what I'm seeing in my head.
Yeah.
We see ourselves, we're about to jump forward 2 months so that we can claim the finalized Gundam.
Right.
We set the watch. We're about to release the ticking mechanism so that it goes off. And in that moment, we tackle ourselves. The watch tumbles out of our hands. The Gundam is powered by like a quantum engine.
Yeah.
An experimental space age like super engine that is capable of like powering and maneuvering a Gundam.
Sure. Yeah. It's using like an infinite supply of energy by
yes.
Maybe it uses some sort of like warp folding technology where it's like constantly creating new energy by folding the energy and like it's constantly creating new energy by finding unused pockets of energy within an infinite space.
And what's and that's incredible. But the one thing that thing hasn't planned for is the activation of a time travel device in its immediate vicinity.
Oh no!
If the watch were to go off in this space, that shrinkification would occur.
Right.
And I think, taking this a notch even further, we described a pileup, a pop culture pileup.
Yeah.
It's obviously blocking us from getting to the entity, but what it's also doing is trapping an agent who is on the run in one place at one time and in a spot where they need to make a desperate move.
Ooh.
This was the plan for the entity the whole time.
Jeez.
Was to put us in this spot, to put us in this place, and to force us to make this move.
Forget it. Forget it, Jeff. It's two Jakes.
It's two Jakes. And I think we are, like, at this moment, like, we watch the watch tumble away. We piece all of this together. We see flashes of all of this. And then the two agents are standing together, both staring into the sky as the entity is floating at this location, ready for the big showdown. And that is the cliffhanger where we will end our game.
Whoa. It descends. Oh, I see it. The Eagle One, the flying stadium, cracks in half. And the edges are slowly falling towards the city. And then you just see this entity just kind of hovering in the sky. Go birds.
And go fucking birds. That's game. This ripped.
This is fun. That's a fun game.
This was good. What was your favorite moment from play?
Oh, man. Well, you did an amazing job of just... I guess you just do an amazing job of keeping track of your life and remembering details. It was very impressive, like your recall for events and whatnot, and just like getting to travel back through that. So you did a great job of prompting that and like weaving in real life moments. So that was very impressive. So I would say that you as the GM was certainly one of my favorite moments there. But the two Jakes drop was huge for me.
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled that I got to that I got to be here in the most important moment of your life.
Truly, that is the power of dumb movies.
Dumb movies. You ever been to a movie? They're amazing. There were so many points where we were just kind of like, okay, what does this look like? And you threw in one detail that like made me slide back in my office chair. Specifically the one that really hit me was when I was thinking about this redwood having punctured the wall of a building, and you threw in the detail of, it's doing like a zigzag pattern thing. Yeah. Because that like changes so much of like the visual aesthetic and like the nature of this object as an otherworldly thing that should not exist.
Oh yeah.
That I was just like, yeah, that's the fucking play. That goes hard. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for this.
This was a blast. Yeah, this is a great game. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
I'm over the moon. Real quick before we wrap up, where can people find you and your work online?
I'm on social media occasionally. I'm at Caldy on Blue Sky. I'm at Caldwell, I believe, on Instagram. Again, you can check out Drawsters on Kickstarter right now if you're listening to this, and also check out Fantastic Castle and NADDPOD. Those are two actual play shows that I'm on. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on, and I hope everyone enjoyed listening to this.
This was great. I'm so over the moon. And now I want to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show.
Wow.
Take it, future me.
Oh, God, he's got a hatchet.
Thanks, Bass Me. And thanks again to Caldwell for coming on the show. That game was everything that I wanted it to be and then some. Like, I knew the kind of game we were going to play was going to be a little silly, a little irreverent, a little odd, and was really going to lean into, like, the funky nature of the game. That's why I picked it. That was the experience that I wanted. But truly, like, the level of investment from Caldwell and just like both of us throwing everything we had at the pitch, like, it went in directions I could not have anticipated, and I could not be happier. Be sure to head to Kickstarter and back Drawsters, the Drawfee video game where you create your own funky little guy and have them do battle with your friends. You can find a link to that in the show notes. Be sure to check out Not Another D&D Podcast. Be sure to check out Drawfee, all things that Caldwell's working on. You can find links to all of those things in the show notes. And be sure to head to moreblueberries.itch.io or check the show notes for a link to pick up your copy of Project ECCO. As always, I like to end the show with like one thing you can do to help the show if you enjoyed this episode. And this one's going to be a little bit more specific and a little bit different. Because obviously, like I said, we're taking a couple weeks off. Obviously, 500 is the next episode we're dropping. I would love to get a voice message from you if you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed the podcast more generally. I would like to hear from you with a little voice message. I don't fully know what we're going to use that voice message for just yet, but I would like to include it on episode 500 as a celebration of what the show is, where we've gone with it, etc., etc. So if you're listening to this, if you are hearing these words and you've enjoyed this episode, it doesn't need to be high quality audio. It can be a quick thing on your phone or on your laptop mic or what have you, but like, send us a message. And then if you like it, share it on social media, like drop it on into the world so that people can hear it, because obviously this being 500, I kind of would love to, share some celebration with social media and, get some eyes on the show. I think that would be a wonderful thing. As always, Party of One is produced and edited by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. Music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Megaran featuring the D&D Sluggers, and the Party of One logo is by Evan Rowland. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates, coming on the show as a guest, or about press coverage of the show, you can email me at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's all we do here, so until next time, thank you so much for listening. Remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day. Remember that self-love and self-care are radical and defiant acts of resistance, and as always, party on, everybody.